guys, this is Tarot with Kittens, Weights, and Tarot, and today I'm doing a VR to Sarah Empey, also known as the Itty Bitty Kiltic Witch, and she did a spooky tag, and it was based off of a blog, and I have my computer over here, so you can take a look at that. So this was put out by Simply Kenna, and it's 30 spooky questions, but a lot of them are short answer, like yes or no, so we will be able to get through them rather quickly so this isn't too long of a video. As I make this video, tomorrow is Halloween, and so at school today I made sure I had my cute little kitten Halloween pin. Also busted out one of my Halloween headbands, and you'll just have to take my word for it, but I got my Halloween Hello Kitty socks on. Right now I'm wearing a sweatshirt that I didn't wear to school because this is Wally's sweatshirt. This is a Puma sweatshirt made just for Pumas. So it has these cute little sleeves that look like little paws. And then you can put on this cute little hood. And it's got these little dingle balls that are meant for like your little Puma to play with. And actually, if you look at the pouch portion, so it's got this extra large pouch, and Wally is not in my pouch right now, but he was earlier. So as soon as I open it up, usually he jumps right in, and it's nice and soft, and I can just kind of carry my little Puma around the house. But of course it would look a little strange if I was walking around in public with my Puma pouch. So this is especially for Wally when I get home from work and it's not hot. So it's been hot lately, but it was pretty cool today, and it's supposed to be much cooler tomorrow, which is nice because then I'm going to be on full on like onesie unicorn tomorrow, which is going to be awesome. Let's get to our 30 spooky questions. Question number 1, favorite horror or Halloween themed song? I would have to say that that is the Ghostbusters theme song. Like, that's just an awesome song, and I believe that's by Ray Parker Jr. So I mean, like, what better song is there? There's a ton of good songs. Actually, no, I would say Thriller's tied for it, possibly, by Michael Jackson. So maybe Thriller, Ghostbusters, I would say tied for best Halloween themed song. Number 2 is name something you wouldn't want to run into in a dark forest or in an abandoned building. A psycho? Somebody off their rocker with a knife? Like, maybe not. Yeah. Or if we're talking supernatural, then I don't know. Don't want to run into a poltergeist, I guess. Question number 3. Have you ever played with the Ouija board? Actually, I have, and weird story. Okay, so like I've said in other videos, my mom like claimed to be like super Catholic or whatever, but she had bought my brother and I a Ouija board for Christmas because they sell it in the board section, in the board game section of like Toys R Us. And she would do those gifts where it was like, it's a gift for you and your brother. So it was a way of like not having to buy as many gifts and like doing combined gifts. So yeah, so every once in a while she'd be like, bust out your Ouija board, and we would just kind of sit there with a planchette and we'd be like so yeah. Question number 4, favorite horror monster or villain? Favorite horror monster, let's see. I don't know. If I think about, do you guys ever see the movie The Monster Squad? It was like a knockoff B-rated version of The Goonies, and I believe the whatever Frankenstein that was in there in that movie, he was like kind of helping out the Monster Squad. So I would say he was kind of like the character that you didn't want to see, you know, swept away with all the other villain monsters. Number 5, the creepiest thing that's ever happened while you were alone. Let's see, I think I've already mentioned this before. Oh, but I'll tell you guys a different creepy story, because I have many. When I was growing up, obviously, in my very, very haunted home, there was one day where I was home alone. I thought I wasn't home alone. I thought maybe my mother was back in my parents' bedroom. I know my dad wasn't home from work yet, and I know my brother was across the street playing with one of his friends. And so I'd come from home from school, I'd put my stuff down, and I figured I wasn't alone in the house. And I went to go call one of my friends on the phone, and I hear my name, Tara, really loudly, like my mother's calling me from the other room. It sounded like my mom. I was like, what? And I went back to like dialing, and I'm like, what? And I don't hear anything. And so I'm like, psh. So I put the phone down, and I go back to the room, and okay, my mom's not back there. I'm like, well, where is she? So I like searched the entire house, and then I realized that the car isn't in the driveway. I'm like, oh, so I'm home alone. That's a little creepy. And then I start talking to my friend on the phone, and I'm telling her this creepy thing just happened. Like I could have sworn like my mother was calling me, and then turns out she wasn't even here. Well, then all of a sudden I start hearing like weird footsteps going on like upstairs, like right above me. And the house starts feeling really cold, and the ceiling fan's starting to spin by itself. So I was like, well, you know what? I think it's time to go visit your house. So like I just left in a hurry, like quickly locked the door and like ran out of the house. And I ran down my hill, and I ran up the next street, which is where my friend was, and I like hopped the wall over to where her house was. And yeah, so that was a little creepy. Question number 6. If you were dared to spend the night in a haunted house, would you do it? Yes. Number 7. Are you superstitious? Well, as a former track athlete and now a coach, I do have superstitions, yes. I feel like if I wear a certain jewelry that I've always worn, or, wear school colors, or, I have to do my nails or something, that, I don't know, somehow boosts like awesome athletic mojo. But yeah, I have weird superstitions. Question number 8. Do you ever see figures in the peripheral of your vision? I do, and I did about half an hour ago. Number 9. Which urban legend scares you the most? I don't really believe in urban legends, but I would say the creepiest one growing up was Bloody Mary. When I was in elementary school. Obviously, when I got to high school, I was like, this is stupid. Number 10, do you prefer gore or thrillers? I prefer thrillers. Question number 11, do you believe in multiple dimensions or worlds? I do believe in multiple dimensions. Question number 12, ever made a potion of any sort? I consider my teas to be pretty good potions. Question number 13, do you get scared easily? Yeah. Question number 14, have you ever played Bloody Mary? Yes, elementary school. We would close the door to the girls' bathroom, and we'd bring in our friends, sometimes the boys too, and we'd turn off all the lights in there, and then, because it had the kind of the mirrors that were at an angle that kind of looked down at us, at the sinks, and we would do our little spinning, saying Bloody Mary over and over again, and then somebody would scream, and then we'd all scream, and then somebody would claim they saw red eyes, and yeah, we'd freak each other out. Question number 15, do you believe in demons or the devil? I don't really. I believe that there are like trickster type entities that like to mess around and just like feed off of people's fear, but as far as like a real devil or demons, I don't really believe in them. Question number 16, you're home alone but you hear footsteps in your house. What do? Investigate. Question 17, if you got trapped in one scary movie, which would you choose? I don't particularly want to be in like a super scary movie, so I don't know, maybe I'd hang out in the Monster Squad movie. Question number 18, if you could only wear one Halloween costume for the rest of your life, what would it be? Gosh, I wish I could still fit into my Star Trek costume that my mom made for me back when I was like in 5th grade. If I could still fit into my Data costume, I would totally stay Data for like all the time. Question 19, would you ever go to a graveyard at night? Yes, and I have. Question 20, in a zombie apocalypse, what is your weapon of choice? Samurai sword. Faux sure. Question 21, would you rather go to a Halloween party or go trick-or-treating? That's a tough one. I kind of miss trick-or-treating. I even trick-or-treated all throughout college. Because I can get away with looking a lot younger. So I'm like, yeah, I'm still in high school. I'm like in 10th grade. I don't know. I'd probably go with trick-or-treating. Question 22. You're in a horror movie. Are you the final girl, the first to die, the comic relief, the skeptic, the smart one, or the killer? Um, I hope I'm the final girl. I don't want to be the one that's, making out in the back of a car with her boyfriend and we're like the first to die in like the opening scene. That sucks. Question 23. Do you have to watch something happy after watching the horror movie so you can go to sleep? I kind of have to maybe watch something funny on YouTube or listen to some happy music before I go to sleep because I think I have like too many weird dreams. Question 24. Whilst watching scary movies, are you the person who yells at the characters, the person with their eyes covered the whole time, or the person who falls asleep? It depends on the scary movie, because if it's like B-rated and like just whatever kind of horrible it's funny, I don't know, it could be horrible boring and I'm asleep. It could be the kind where I'm like, what are you doing? Seriously? You continue taking a shower even though you hear weird noises and you hear somebody coming in your house and they're not answering you and you're like, hello? Or if it's like super scary, like when I went to the theaters one time with a friend and we watched The Ring, and I had like my hands over my eyes the whole time and I got so scared I ended up sliding down my seat and almost sliding underneath the seat in front of me. Question 25. Are you the one who gets scared or the one who does the scaring? I'm the one that gets scared. Question 26. My favorite scary book. I don't know. I would say growing up, one of the books that really scared me the most, that I would have to put it down. I don't know if you guys have ever done this, but it's like you're reading a book and you're like, I gotta take a break. I don't know if I can read the next couple of pages. And you're like, oh my God. And you close it up. Maybe it's just me and I'm a little dorky, but when I was in elementary / middle school, the book that really scared me was The Dollhouse Murders. Question 27. How old were you when you saw your first horror movie? I don't know. I was probably like 5 or 6, and it was probably with my grandmother in Ridgecrest, watching some B-rated flick that we got from Blockbuster. Question 28. What was your first Halloween costume? I was a Crayola clown. Or was that my second costume? No, my first costume, I was a bunny rabbit. And I partially remember that one. Yeah, I was a bunny rabbit. My mom made the costume and the ears were flopped down. And my mom was furious because everywhere we went, everybody was like, oh, you're such a cute little kitty cat. And I was like, yeah. My mom's like, no, she's a bunny rabbit. Can't you see her long whiskers and her big floppy ears? And when she turns her little butt around, you see her tail. Like, but yeah, I was a bunny rabbit. Question 29. What are you going to be for Halloween this year? You guys saw it in the live chat. I'm gonna be a unicorn. I'm totally wearing it to school tomorrow. And finally, question 30. If you could have a spooky Halloween pet, a black cat, owl, bat, rat, wolf, what would you pick? I picked my puma because he instills fear in all of the Mises and the hedgehogs and his deer and all the stuffed animals. He could be pretty tough and scary. So I choose my puma. I choose my Wally Walito. Alright, that's it. So that's all 30 spooky tag questions from the lovely Sarah Empey, also known as the Itty Bitty Celtic Witch. I will put a link down to her channel down below so you can go check her out. And that's it for me. So if you dug this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to click subscribe and don't forget to click that notification bell for more videos just like this. And I promise in a couple of days we should have my reading room back up and running so that I don't have to keep improvising for backgrounds to make my videos. I'll have my old background back. All right, so I will catch you spiritual homies later. Peace, love, and chicken grease. Peace out. Happy Halloween.